A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi zidni ilma. Today we are going to start with Surah Nahl. This is one of my most favorite surahs because Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us, be like the bee. And we will go through that in a separate discussion, inshallah. Why have we been told to be like the bee? There is so much purity involved. There's so much perfection, purity, effort, sincerity, hard work, khair involved in how the bee functions. Shifa, rahma. So many aspects, so many beautiful angles involved in this little creature doing great work for human beings. And subhanallah, there is ayah, there is sign in the creation of the bee. The bee creates something a human being cannot create themselves. Allah made the bee create something that a human being cannot create himself. And Allah put shifa in the creation of what the bee produces. There is such a big sign to be grateful for. Allah Ta'ala says He has made the universe come together and function to provide to provide good things for the human beings. Allah has made everything lakum for all of you. Allah has made. He has subjugated the sea so we can explore the sea. He has subjugated the sky so we can explore the sky, so we can explore the heavens, we can explore the earth. Yet human beings are so ungrateful. May Allah Ta'ala never let us be of those who are ungrateful. May Allah Ta'ala make us of those who are ever grateful, ever appreciating of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. May we be of those who are waiting to meet Allah Ta'ala, who love to meet Allah Ta'ala, so that Allah Ta'ala loves to meet us. Inshallah. So I am going to start this surah like a student myself. I am learning and I will be sharing whatever I am learning. And I am doing this because unfortunately, many people these days do not have time for the Quran. And rather than waiting many years and then starting, I will start this journey so that anybody who is not even reading the Quran can be a companion and they can join this journey and read the Quran and listen to the Quran and understand the Quran. Even if somebody can take away one ayah from this, that would be a big achievement for me and a big sadqa jariyah for me. Imagine how great Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is. He has given us an opportunity for good deeds even after we are dead. So merciful is Allah Ta'ala that our records of sin can end, but our records of good deeds, there is a higher chance of increasing and multiplying even after we are dead. Subhanallah, that's amazing blessing. How the Creator is bending His own rules to send us to Jannah, making it so easy. And even then, people are so obstinate and ziddi, as they say in Urdu, bent upon their own destruction, bent upon their own humiliation. So it's either humility or humiliation. The person who is not humble towards Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala faces humiliation, both in dunya and in akhirah. The person who does not become humble to the commands of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, to the most merciful, the person who is not humble towards the most merciful faces humiliation in both dunya and akhirah. So it's either humility or humiliation. It's either humility towards Allah or humiliation. And the person who's humble towards Allah is not humiliated either in dunya or akhirah. Allah elevates them. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Ata amrullahi fala tasta'jiluhu subhanahu wa ta'ala amma yushrikun. Ata is past tense. Here it means as if the command of Allah has already come to pass. The command of Allah has already come to pass. So Allah Ta'ala is trying to tell us that it is as good as already happened. The command of Allah came. The command of Allah has already come. So the command of Allah came. Don't be impatient about it. It's as if, you have children and you're trying to tell them, I've already placed the order. The food is coming. I've already placed the order. It's on its way. So Allah Ta'ala is trying to tell us the command of Allah has already been placed. Allah has already ordered it. Don't be impatient about it. He is glorified and He is exalted. He is high above whatever the mushrikun associate with Him. Ata amrullahi fala tastajiluhu subhanahu wa ta'ala amma yushrikun. Allah's order has already been placed. He has already placed the order. He has already ordered. Don't you be impatient about it. And He is high and glorified beyond whatever the mushrikun are saying about Him or they are associating with Him. So, according to the translation, usually for ease of understanding, it is said the command of Allah is coming. But the way Allah has explained in this ayah, it is past tense. Ata ya'ti, it is past tense. You can see over here. This is the morphology. Ata ya'ti, i'ti, atin. So this is how. This is past tense. Yati is the present tense. And yati is the one that is used for future tense. So it is not the command of Allah is or will come. Ata means past tense. It means came. So this is why it is very important to learn Arabic language to understand the grasp, the beauty, the exact flavor of the ayah, if you want that. Reading the translation is somebody else telling you how the food was at the wedding or at a restaurant, Reading the translation is like reading the reviews of a place that you want to visit. Learning Arabic is like the real thing, the real flavor. So just like reading the reviews is not the same as eating at the same place yourself. So translation will only give you as much as the reviews. Translation is only somebody's idea of what's going on in the ayah. If you want the real flavor, you have to learn Arabic, inshallah. Yunazzilu al-malaikata. Yunazzilu, He sends down. Al-malaikata, the angels. Birruhi, with the inspiration. Min, Yunazzilu, He sends down. Al-malaikata, the angels. Birruhi, with the inspiration. Min, of. Amrihi, His command. Ala, upon. Man, whom or whoever. Yasha'u, He wills. Min, of or from. Min, of. Ibadihi, His slaves. An, that. Anziru, warn. Anziru, to warn. Annahu, that He. La ilaha illa ana. There is no God except me. Fattakuni. So fear me. Fattakuni, ni has the pronoun of me. Ana, ni, ye are the attached pronouns. It can be written like this. It can be written with a ya at the end. Both ways are the ways in which that can be written. The fattakuni here is not noon alone. It has the attached pronoun of ni. Fattakuni. So fear me. Yunazzilul malaikata birruhi min amrihi ala man yasha'u min ibadihi an anziru. To warn annahu, that annahu is not necessarily that he. It is also referring to what the warning is. The warning is La ilaha illa ana fattakuni. There is no God except me, so fear me. He sends down the angels with the inspiration of his command, upon whom he wills of his servants, telling them, warn that there is no deity except me, so fear me. Khalaqa, he created the samawati, the heavens, wal arda, and the earth, bil haqqi, in truth. Ta'ala, he is exalted, amma, above what? Yushrikun, they associate. He created the heavens and the earth in truth. High is he above what they associate with him. Khalaqa, he created al-insana, the humankind, min, from, nutfatin, a minute quantity of semen. Fa'iza, then behold, huwa, he, khasimu mubin, clear opponent. He created man from a sperm drop. Then at once he is a clear adversary. Subhanallah, Allah is reminding, look at your creation. Look what you're created from. Do you forget your creation? A sperm drop. A liquid. Look at your creation, how it started. And you will question God. You will question God. Subhanallah. Qasimun Mubin. He is a clear adversary. Look at what you started from. Can you question me? Can you question Allah? Wal an'ama khalaqaha lakum. And the cattle, he created them for you. Lakum. Lakum is so beautiful over here. He created them for you. He created them for you. Allah has created everything in the whole universe for you and me. He beautified the world, beautified everything. So many tastes, flavors, colors, creation, so much for my entertainment, for my happiness, for my joy. Wal an'ama khalaqaha lakum fiha dif'un. In them, fiha, in them, dif'un is warmth, wa manafi'u, and benefits, wa minha ta'kulun, and from them you eat. For in them and the grazing livestock he has created for you, in them is warmth and numerous benefits, and from them you eat. Walakum fiha, walakum, and for you, fiha, in them. See, Allah has mentioned twice in these two ayahs, Allah has mentioned lakum again, stressing that he created them for you. He could have just gone on and said, he could have started from fiha, but Allah mentioned it again, lakum, stressing that he created for you. Walakum fiha, and for you in them, jamalun is beauty, hina turihun, when you bring them in, hina turihuna, wahina tasrahun, when you bring them in, and when you take them out. And for you in them is the enjoyment of beauty when you bring them in for the evening and when you send them out to pasture. وَتَحْمِلُوا, and they carry askalakum, your loads, ila baladin, ila, to, baladin, a land, lam, not, takunu, you could, balighihi, reach it, you could never reach it. Lam takunu balighihi, you could never reach it, illa, except, bishikki, with great trouble, al anfusi, to yourselves. Inna Rabbakum Laraufun Rahim. Inna, certainly, indeed, no doubt about it. Certainly, Inna Rabbakum, your Lord. Raufun, La Raufun. La Raufun is another stressor, another emphasis of how kind, extremely kind. Inna, indeed, Rabbakum, your Lord. La Raufun, extremely kind, Rahim, and merciful. Inna Rabbakum la Raufun Rahim. And they carry your loads to a land you could not have reached except with difficulty to yourselves. Indeed, your Lord is kind and merciful. Indeed, 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 He is kind and merciful. When you have indeed and you have la, that means you have a lot of stress. Multiplied effect. So Allah is trying to tell you how extremely, like I have the I love you war with my children. I love you more. I love you more. Here, when you see inna and you see la raufun rahim, that means Allah Ta'ala is trying to tell you, He just loves you more and more and more and more. It's like that I love you war that we have with my children. And they make me lose all the time because now my son is like, you can never love me the way I love you. So I love you most. So I've given up and I've just started saying, okay, you win. Although I love him more still. So here, Allah Ta'ala is trying to tell us how much Allah Ta'ala is loving. Inna Rabbakum. Even in the kum, He's showing attachment. He's showing your Lord. Indeed, your Lord. The Raufun Rahim. Your Lord is so loving, so kind. And in the next ayah, wal khayla wal bighala, and the horses and mules, wal hamira, and the donkeys, litarkabuha, for you to ride them, wazinatan, and as adornments, wayakhluqu, and He creates, ma la ta'lamun, ma, what, la, not, ta'lamun, And He created the horses, mules, donkeys for you to ride and as adornments, and He creates that which you do not know. So there's so many things, even that which you do not know, in a way, is an implication of many things that you don't even know that I'm doing for you. Lakum. Wa ala, and upon Allahi, Allah. Kasadu is the direction, as-sabili, of the way. وَمِنْهَا, and among them, ja'irun, are crooked, below, and if sha'a, He willed, lahadakum, surely He would have guided you, ajma'een, all. And upon Allah is the direction of the right way, and among the various paths are those deviating, and if He willed, He could have guided you all. From this ayah, some people take the meaning that, nauzubillah, some people misunderstand that Allah, nauzubillah, wants to not guide some people. That's not true. This ayah means that if Allah wanted, then Allah wouldn't have given a choice. This is the implication. Rather than the implication that some people are not guided by Him, Allah wants to guide everyone. But there are people, He did not force to guide them. He did not force guidance upon anyone. He gave a choice, the free will. So this ayah should not let anybody think that Allah Ta'ala doesn't will anybody to be guided. It means that Allah Ta'ala left it upon you to be guided or not guided. It is your choice rather than His choice. He left it on you, whether you want guidance or not. So this is the implication. We should always think positively about Allah Ta'ala. Allah Ta'ala does not design anything negative for us. Huwa, he, allazi is the one who anzala, sends down. Anzala is again past tense, so it's sent down. As you can see over here, anzala yunzilu, and the imperative is anzil. So, and the masdar is inzal. He's the one who sent down water from the sky. But this can be translated as something, it keeps happening, so it can be translated as sends down as well. But in reality, anzala is past tense. Huwa allazi, he's the one who anzala minas sama'i ma'an. So anzala could mean that he created water for you that comes down from the sky. But sometimes it can be translated as sends down. Huwa allazi, he's the one who anzala minas sama'i ma'an. He sends down from the sky water. Lakum, for you. Minhu, of it. Sharabun is drink. Wa minhu, and from it. Shajarun, fihi. Shajarun is vegetation or trees or growth. Fihi, in which tusimun, you pasture your cattle. It is he who sent down water from the sky or sends down water from the sky. From it is drink and from it is foliage in which you pasture your animals. Yumbitu, he causes to grow, lakum, for you, bihi, with it. Az-zar'a, the crops, was-zaytuna, and the olives, wan-nakhila, and the date palms, wal-anab, wal-anaba, and the grapes, wamin kulli samarati, wamin, and of kulli, every kind, as-samarati, of fruits. Indeed, fi zalika, in that, la ayatan, surely a sign, liqawmin, for a people, yatafakkarun, who reflect. He causes to grow for you thereby the crops, olives, palm trees, grapevines, and from all the fruits. Indeed, in that is a sign for a people who give thought. Wasakhara, and he has subjected. Lakum, again, for you. Wasakhara, and he has subjected. Lakum, for you. Al-layla, the night, wan-nahara, and the day, wash-shamsa, and the sun, wal-kamara, and the moon, wan-nujumu, and the stars, musakharatun, subjected, bi-amrihi, by his command. Inna, indeed, fi zalika, in that, la-ayatin, are signs, la, again, emphasis, surely are signs, liqawmin, for a people, yaqilun, who use reason. And he has subjected for you the night and the day and the sun and the moon and the stars are subjected by his command. Indeed, in that are signs for a people who reason. Vama, and whatever, zara'a, he multiplied, lakum, again, lakum, for you, fil ardi, in the earth, mukhtalifan, of varying, alwanuhu, colors, indeed, fi zalika, in that, la ayatan, surely is a sign, liqawmin yazakkarun, for a people who remember. And he has subjected whatever he multiplied for you on the earth of varying colors. Indeed, and that is a sign for a people who remember. وَهُوَ الَّذِي, and he is the one who سَخَّرَ الْبَحْرَ, subjected the sea, لِتَأْكُلُوا, for you to eat, minhu, from it, lahman, tariyan, fresh meat, وَتَسْتَخْرِجُوا, and that you bring forth, minhu, from it, hilyatan, ornaments, talbisunaha, that you wear them, watara, and you see, al-fulka, the ships, mawakhira, plowing, fihi, through it, walitabtaghu, and that you may seek, min fadlihi, of his bounty, وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ, and it is he who subjected the sea for you, to eat from it tender meat, and to extract from it ornaments which you wear, and you see the ships plowing through it, and he subjected it that you may seek of his bounty, and perhaps you will be grateful. Let's see. In the first few ayahs, we have come across lakum, starts with the fifth ayah, lakum, 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 lakum. So many times. Allah is reminding in the first 14 ayahs, so many times Allah has said, lakum, I have made these things for you. Just the first 14 ayahs. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. We need to slow down here and we have to go through them. I'm going to slow down here and inshallah we will ponder over these ayahs, go through these first 14 ayahs, read them, try to understand, try to absorb all that Allah Ta'ala is trying to tell us in these first 14 ayahs. Allah has prepared everything for us. Everything for us. Allah Ta'ala did not design the earth. He did not design the world to punish us. He did not design us to be punished. He designed us to be the residents of Jannah. And He has exhausted all His efforts in trying to make sure that we end up in Jannah. But what are we doing? What are we doing? Allah has done a lot, more than enough, to make sure that we end up in Jannah. Are we sincere to ourselves even? Are we sincere about Jannah? Are we sincere about going to Jannah? And if we are so greedy about this dunya, then this dunya is not even the waste of Jannah. This dunya is not even the gutter of Jannah. Because even the gutter or the waste of Jannah is beautiful. So this dunya is not even the excretion of Jannah. That is why the dunya is not supposed to be a settling place. We should not settle for less.